Welcome to the American Rambler with your host Paul Grafton. Okay, the Master Yoda, the sense of entitlement is strong on this woman. On this woman stuck with $3,100 dinner bill after her blind date refused to pay for the 23 family members she brought. Why is it saying stuck? This was her idea. She should be responsible for the cost. You know, you invited this one person. Okay, so uh, it's while I do try to support men going overseas, but maybe we need to take a second look at China since this is where this story comes from. It's no secret that blind dates can be awkward, but they can also be quite expensive, especially when you're trying to refine your date to pay for your whole family. That's a hard lesson a woman had to learn when she invited 23 of her family members on her blind date to test the generosity of the man she was set to dine with, and it paid off in the thousands. Yeah, for the restaurant. Uh, no, you're not trying to test the generosity of the man. You're trying to test the level of simphood and how much of an idiot he is and how much money you can exploit from this. So give us a break. New York Post reports a woman in Beijing, China, got the shock of her life when her elaborate plan to test how generous her blind date backfired in a very expensive way. While the man identified as Mr. Liu was waiting for his blind date to arrive, he could not believe his own eyes as she arrived with 23 members of her family, expecting him to pay the bill for them all. Mr. Liu, awesome job for not taking it. Although he initially agreed to pay for the date for the two of them, that all changed when she took nearly 30 extra people with her. As a result, he left her and her family with the incredibly large 3,100 US dollar bill after telling them they had to pay, and they refused. Oh, really? The two were put on a blind date by Mr. Liu's mother, who wanted to meet a sweet person. Well, the mother failed at that because that's not a sweet person, and hopefully calmed down. When asked by the local media, Tazu Evening News, why she thought it would be a good idea to invite her whole family for a date for two, the woman explains that she would test the generosity of her date before she committed to a date or serious relationship. You really want to test the generosity of a person's date? How about this? Donating to an orphanage? You know, they could use some winter jackets. There's a lot of things that can be done. We guess both parties are back in the market after the dating failure. Okay. Sorry, this is not. Uh, sorry. Uh, I guess he's quite lucky. He avoided quite quite the problem, but when I saw the entire family there, I would have just walked away. All right. So, what would you do?